is going on, everyone? So a story recently broke across the internet, and it's from the 3rd of June. And well, this is basically a manual that was put together for the police across the whole entire United Kingdom to be able to identify the difference, or the difference between the three stages. Now, the first stage would be what's a road legal bike. The second stage would be classified as what's type approved, and the third stage is basically what is seen as an off-road bike. Now, this manual was purposely made for the police to be able to seize the bikes that they need to a lot easier, rather than having to go through all of the rest of it. We're going to head over to the computer and take a look at this site real quick. And this is basically the main website of where the information has been provided from, which is the MCA and the Bicycle Association step in as the government. Look, so this is basically saying the new police support the guide. Okay? And this is how I managed to find this information. I clicked right here, which, if you notice, I had the page open already, but we'll close that one. Oh, we're going a bit too far ahead there. And it brought me to this here, and this is the guide to identify a non-compliant e-bike, and it has all of the information in here. Now, today we're going to go through this whole entire guide. Today we're going to go through this whole entire guide and see what it takes place, and we're going to see how it matches up. Now, if you notice right here, okay, this is the government website. If you can see gov.co.uk, when you click on it, it brings you through to here, which was currently the second page that I had preloaded. Now, this information was provided to us, or last updated, sorry, on the 10th of December 2024. So it seems like it's been here for a while to break down the difference between the standards of e-bikes and what should be allowed on the road, all the rest of it. This is basically the introduction for the 10 chapters. But really, we don't need to worry about every single chapter in here. All we need to worry about is the flow of the charts, right? And they've got chart 1, chart 2, chart 3, which then breaks down how the police are currently looking for an illegal e-bike. But we can look, I'll give you the quick breakdown of what this is. This is an introduction right here, and it explains on how these two I'd say organizations have partnered together in a partnership and come up with this manual to be able to help the police officers identify what bikes should and shouldn't be on the road. As you come down to stage 2, it's another guide which is basically explaining how they've designed each gradual step. So the first step, which would be the first flow, is for EAPC, which is commonly known as a regular e-bike or a regular bicycle. Type 2, flow chart 2 would be approved bikes, which is where your bike is allowed to go 15.5 from a twist throttle. If you want to check that out, there's an episode on my channel for it, where we break down the whole ins and outs of how it works. Now, number three is the problem, right? This is where they are checking for modifications and all the rest of it. But I think what we have to realize is when they're doing this, they're also paying attention to your body language and how you react to them. So that's something else that you need to keep in mind. Now, right here, which is 3, this is basically still the guide, which I did say to you guys isn't really necessary, but I'm going to give you the information because I know a few people are going to be like, but you didn't share all the information. But really, we only need the chart flow. But it's okay, we'll still go through it. This breaks down what an EPC is, so an EAPC. I can never get that correct, which is an electric assisted pedal cycle, right? It gives you all the rules and regulations to how it should meet the road requirements and the age requirement. Now, a person at least 14 years of age and a person under the age of 14. So the police have to decide whether you are a minor or not, and if you should be able to have that bike, which would be another problem down the line. But I reckon a majority of the people that are watching this are grown adults, so I don't think that's really relevant to us. And same here again, I don't think this is too important because this is just about the DFT and how they've had a little influence in promoting this, I guess. Okay, so now we've made it to how to use the flowchart. Now this is where it gives you a full breakdown of what the different stages are. We are going to skip some information because not all of it's important to us. I'm just going to be honest, okay? But if you want to read through every gradual bit of it, feel free. Now it tells you here, right? So they want to be able to identify whether your vehicle is sorry, oh my god, I done it again. Right, so right here for flowchart 1, it breaks down what they're looking for, okay? So now they're trying to check to see if it has pedals, power, speed, all the rest of it. Is it capable of meeting the EAPC? Now you go down to flowchart 2. They want to know, does the vehicle, does this type of vehicle acquire approval? Now what that would mean is, does it have a twist to go throttle? If it does have a twist to go throttle, it will take them further down into the chart. Flowchart 3, which is the vehicle being used within the EAPC limits? Now that means if your bike is modified, i.e. a kit, etc. like that, they are going to check to see whether your bike excels past the legal speed limit for a twist to go. Now there actually is 2 different settings for the twist to go, but we're going to get to that a little bit further in the video. Now flowchart 1, this is where it breaks down how they identify a EAPC versus a motor vehicle. Now the difference between the two is, one's going to have a set speed where it cuts off at 15.5, 25 kilometers, as you can see it shows right here on the screen, and a motor vehicle is going to excel past the legal speed limit of a twist to go, which is I think 6 kilometers, and we'll get into the next grade, don't worry, type approved is coming. Otherwise, if it goes faster than that, it would be seen as a motor vehicle if it doesn't have type approved. Now this here explains to them how to know the difference between the two, right? So now they want to know, does the bike pedal by itself, meaning is it pedal assist? If it is a pedal assist and it cuts off at 15.5, the answer is going to be yes, and it won't be treated as a motor vehicle. It then brings them to the next question, okay? Now that wants to know, what's the size of the motor? If the motor is 250 watts, you're fine. If it's bigger than that, it then puts you into a category of motor vehicle, which is not looking too good for you if you've got 2 motor vehicles already on flow 1. Now they want to know motor assist cutoff, which is 15.5 to 25 kilometers. Now this is where your pedal assist cuts off from either your rear motor or your mid drive, and then you have to assist the bike the rest of the way. Now if it's a yes for all 3 of these questions, you're now in this category here, which is green, which means treat as a EAPC. It then tells you, if it's red, to head down to type approved. Now flowchart 2 is actually great information, because this now shows the difference between a pedal assist only and a pedal assist with a type approved. Now look here, type approved, no sorry, this isn't type approved, this is a EAPC, which means twist and go of the 6 kilometers, walk assist, which is 3.7 miles per hour. Okay, if it's a yes, acquires approval from, okay, so this relates back to this information that's inside of the box here, which no one hasn't seemed to specify that it's for this little red bit here, but I obviously looking there now I can tell. And then there's another one here that must mean it meets this piece here too, which for vehicles manufactured prior to 2016 approval is not acquired for twist and go vehicles up to 15.5 miles per hour. Interesting. All other EAPCs still need to meet the requirements. Right, okay. So if your bike's before 2016 for manufactured, you don't need to meet the requirements of type approved, which is new news to myself. I'm actually kind of confused about that, but okay, that's interesting to know. I'm wondering, where can I get one of them bikes from now? Right, so if you come here, it's going to tell you about the MSVA or type approved, which is actually the same thing, because you have to go to the MSVA to get type approved, which will bring you down to here. Now, if your bike is type approved, that means your bike will be tagged and you have documents to prove it. One certificate, which will basically state that information. If it's no, not lawful for road use, which means it meets this information here. That's confusing, because this information here then can't be to this box. It has to be to this green box, like this one, which means the vehicle's approved. Yeah, it has to be 100%. So then proceed to use flowchart 3 if it's red, which means the bike's still not meeting the EAPC requirements. Flowchart 3. Now this is where they identify if your bike is not type approved. 250 watts, 15.5 motor, assist, treat as EAPC, requirements do not apply for riders at least 14 years of age. Okay, so we've got a box here now. Exceed the speed through the motor, throttle only, high speed use, switchable, off-road mode, off-road mode, modified or tampered. So if it's a no, it's going to come down to here, which is going to be type approved. If it's a yes to all of these 4 here, it's going to bring you down here, may not meet the type approved requirements, treat as a motor vehicle, and you can see the rest. License, insurance, and helmet is acquired. So that's crazy. A lot of you have been riding around off-road bikes with helmets. Now makes sense. That's the only one thing you've managed to do is the helmet, which is nuts. Using the flowchart, red flags, traveling at speed without pedaling. Right, so this just breaks down everything that tells them of what's 100% an off-road bike. And it then also gives you all the information of it. EAPC. I'm so fed up of saying that word. EAPC. And all the rest of it. It also has a few other little hints and things like that. But I think the main thing that we needed to go through was the chart flow. And I think the chart flow kind of makes it a little more simple for people to understand. Well, this is how the police are working it. So this is the steps that they're going through. And it seems like there's actually quite a few steps. There's like, 4 steps to 3 charts each time. Oh, the last one, not really. The last one's 1, 2, and then they decide if your bike's being taken, which if they get to here, it's game over. But yeah, on that note, I will add this PDF into the video description for anyone that wants to have a look at the information themselves. Thank you for watching. And I hope you guys have watched the previous video to this one, the documentary. It definitely explains a lot that's taking place in the gig economy right now. So, yeah. Peace. Until next time.